Are we doing this again?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to The Lazy Watchers, a show where we form opinions on shows after only watching the first episode of a series and the last episode. I'm your host, Andy.
And I'm Eli.
And the show that we picked today is one of my absolute favorites, Sex and the City. Eli had never seen... You hadn't seen any of it,
No, I've never seen Sex and the City.
Sex... Oh, did I say In the City?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I wasn't really listening to you.
Wow. Sex and the City. And we would like to preface this video with saying our current studio is...
Under construction.
Yes. So please forgive any less than quality audio. You might hear some echoes.
And we are in person again, but we have both tested negative on the horrible
COVID.
So we're allowed to be in person because we're under 10 people.
It's a no for me.
Yeah.
I really didn't want him here.
Yeah, well, he says as he texted me this morning asking when I was coming over.
Okay, you texted me.
I have to play the narrative, okay? Not sponsored, but trying a beer on the podcast.
It's not a beer.
A beer.
It's a cocktail in a can.
Trying a beer. A Tennessee Jack Daniel's whiskey and cola.
So fucking weird.
We are recording 3 podcasts back to back, so if the one in like 6 weeks is really bad, you'll know why.
Truly.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you really did that. All right, Sex and the City premiered in 1998 originally. And for anybody who has seen this show, you know that first season is absolute fucking trash.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Sarah Jessica Parker often will turn away from a character and talk directly to the audience.
It was really strong.
Yeah.
Really strong. I haven't had a whiskey in a long time. I will probably only have one of these.
Yeah, probably. It's only 7% alcohol. You're fine.
It is, but yeah, I just haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, with COVID, what am I drinking? White Claws. Hashtag White
Gross.
Claws.
Gross.
This episode sponsored by
Nope, it's not.
My Village Productions.
There you go. Yes, it is produced by and sponsored by My Village Productions,
Yes,
which
it
is
is.
our own audio company.
Yeah.
With shitty audio for the next 3 videos.
Yes.
Apologize.
And yeah.
Again. So Sarah Jessica Parker plays Carrie Bradshaw. She literally turns away from the character, stares directly into the camera.
Very disorienting.
And we'll have a conversation with the audience.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I didn't like it.
Horrible.
It was really like, it really just took me out of the mood.
I will say, though, how that first episode ended would make me want to watch the next episode.
I guess, but watching just the first episode, if we were doing what we usually do, which is only watch 2, we watched 3 this week.
We did.
But if we were watching only 2 and that was the first episode, immediately I would have turned it off.
Really?
Immediately.
Like if that was a show airing.
If that was on
next
Netflix and that was the first episode,
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is fucking stupid.
Okay.
I would not watch this show.
Fair. It's very disorienting. Mm-hmm. And it was this weird. What is that called when the actors do that? They talk to the audience.
They're breaking the fourth wall.
Yes. When it's done properly, it's actually a very effective tool.
Right.
When you're filming. But this was not done well, for starters. And then it was also not... It was a mix. It was trying to break that barrier or whatever.
Right.
And then it was also heavy narration. Mm-hmm. So pick one. You can't have both.
No, it didn't work at all. I understand that they were maybe trying to, do something new or whatever, but you can't have both a voiceover and a documentary. Why did I say it like that?
I don't know. You said it. You said it weird.
Fuck, now I don't know how to say it properly.
A narrative.
A narrative.
A narrator.
Yeah. Like, this isn't, like, you can't mix between both of those and expect it to also be, like, a drama show.
Yeah. It
Like-
was bad.
Like,
But they
keep it simple, stupid.
figure their shit out. So the only reason we watched 3 episodes this week is
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted you to see the format change.
Yeah,
And-
completely.
yeah. I wanted you to see that because I knew if you had based it off just watching the first episode and the series finale, you would have been like, trash. This is horrible.
Right.
I don't even know. We didn't talk before this, so I don't know. Maybe you do still think it's trash. I love it.
Yeah,
The fashion is everything.
We'll see. The fashion is the fashion's good.
It's very
Much
it's
better
very
than
dated.
Emily in Paris.
Yes. Oh, you said it correctly. Good
Yeah,
job, buddy.
I said it with sass though,
With sass.
because I don't fucking care about that show.
No, not at all. So based off that first episode, what are you thinking? Let's start with opening credits.
The opening credits are fine.
Okay.
You know, I mean, nothing like hugely amazing, but nothing like too boring, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. It hits the middle. And it was new for, like, the shows in 1998. There weren't, like, I mean, yeah, most shows had, like, some sort of, like, look at the city, but the way they did it was really cool.
Definitely
So I gave it a 7.
awesome. I gave it a 10, and I think it's because I know more background behind the opening credits.
Right.
So
Biased opinion.
in the series, they actually they premiered Carrie's bus, which was an advertisement that her newspaper, once her column started really taking off, her newspaper wanted her to do an advertisement for it. And it was this big thing. All the girls got together and they went to like that bus's like first stop.
Yeah.
And come to find out, the dress that Carrie was wearing in that was very revealing.
Right.
So like it was literally like her naked on the side of a bus, and she was mortified.
Oh, I'm
Which you
sure.
kind of get in that opening credit when she sees the bus and she kind of like
Yeah.
tries to hide.
Is avoiding it.
Yeah.
Right.
So for me, I really like that, and I think that was kind of creative that they took like what was in the opening credits and they kind of wrote a loose storyline about
Yeah.
how that came to be.
Yeah, for sure.
essentially.
Yeah.
So for me, I give it a 10, but
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
There's you don't have any context.
No context. It's kind of, you know.
And for anybody who's watched the show, for me personally, if I rewatch the series, I skip season 1 and 2
Yeah.
completely. I start with season 3, which is we watched episode 1 of season 3,
Right.
which I think that's where it starts getting
Normal.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a show.
The story actually starts taking off.
Yeah. And we did tiny little bit of research. It was struggling after season 1 to continue having someone produce it, like the film crew and all that.
So the production company, which is HBO,
Right.
They essentially told them after that first series that format's not working. We need to figure it out. We'll give you another season, but you need to figure this shit out, because
Yeah.
it did have people still watched it, but people definitely noticed like there was something just wasn't fitting together.
Right.
So they obviously went back and fixed a lot of the issues that we have talked about.
Yeah, for sure.
thankfully.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
It definitely, you could see that over the course, because like season 3, episode 1 was definitely better.
Yeah.
In terms of like that overall like narrative / voiceover / regular show.
And what that narration is so how I relate it is her narration is her writing her column for that week.
Right. And I
So-
get that, but when it's like, and then I did this, and this, it's
Yeah.
like, I don't, like, why are you telling me this while looking at the camera? Like,
So weird.
and it would like, it switched so much that it was like not, like, I didn't know if it was like voiceover or like she was trying to talk into a camera.
Yeah.
It didn't fit. It didn't work.
Definitely.
But season 3, episode 1 definitely showed improvements.
Yeah.
I would totally skip the first 2 seasons for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
There's very little that you like actually need to know before hitting.
Definitely. But there is, though, because that first season, we get introduced after episode 1 to Mr. Big, who is Carrie's main love interest for the entire series.
Right.
Very on and off again. There's a lot of struggles in the relationship. But if you didn't have that context of their relationship, it's like one of those things. It's like you watch it once, and then once you watch it, you never have to watch it again.
Right.
But you watch it for the context of like truly how fucked up their relationship is.
Right.
Because like I think a lot of people were upset with her getting back with Mr. Big in the end. Mm-hmm. There was another love interest that she had. His name was Aiden Shaw, and everybody loved Aiden. Me, not so much. I like Mr. Big, but their relationship was really fucked up.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's definitely one of the, you watch it for like the base context of the show, and then once you've watched it, if you like the show, just start from season 3 because that's where it's good.
Right.
And then you have 3 seasons. Kind of short. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Only 6 years, which that probably has to do with the drama on set.
Right. Yeah. Seems like there was some drama with pay, and that's usually where issues come in with actors and things like that. One person isn't getting paid the same, and
Yep.
I mean that's with any fucking working place, right?
Yeah.
Like Joe was making more than Fran.
Definitely.
So.
Isn't that why Patrick Dempsey left Grey's?
Yep.
Because Meredith was making more money than him?
Yep. Yeah, because Ellen Pompeo was making more money.
It's Meredith.
Okay. Well, that is like the only role she's played in the last 16 years. So
Truly. I was watching Friends recently, and she did she popped up in that show randomly.
oh, she made a cameo.
It was really weird.
How much money did they pay for that?
It was before Grey's.
Oh, okay.
But it was really weird. She just played like this one-off like character that like Ross and Chandler went to college with.
Oh,
And I
interesting.
saw her and I was like, it's really weird seeing her in another role
Yeah,
other than Meredith
I
Grey.
kind of want to see that. Honestly, I just want to watch that episode.
She looks exactly the same.
Oh, she doesn't age. It's wild.
Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine there's Botox.
Oh,
There's gotta be
there has to
Botox,
be.
right?
There has to be.
There's
She
no wrinkles on that forehead.
she gets very
Or
few
makeup.
Yeah,
Power of makeup.
I mean a lot of makeup, a lot. But yeah, season 3, episode 1 definitely got better. In terms of the plot, I guess when we're getting into the last episode, it wasn't bad. I mean, obviously, I have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Like now, main character lady is with this art museum guy in France. That's apparently a
Alexander
Russian.
Petrovsky, yep.
Yeah. And the others are trying to figure out their lives and things like that. It's like it's gone from being Sex in the City to being like relationship in the city is what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Like there is obviously still sex, you know, but it definitely turns more into like, okay, they're trying to figure out their lives and like,
Yeah.
you know, is this person like, am I married to this person? Are we in a relationship? What's going on? Things like that. Like,
Yeah.
from an outside perspective, definitely just more looks like season 6 is like
6B.
6B because they split it up. Is like more like relationship in the city.
Yeah, they well, and you know, it's you can infer from her moving to Paris that she no longer has her job, which is the column that you know is all about sex and everything. So it kind of does make sense there. And then you have I had to explain to you why Samantha had really short hair.
Right.
She had a little battle with breast cancer. And then there was sex in that aspect, like you were saying. Her and Smith weren't having sex because of the chemo and
Right.
all of that. You found out that, you know, Harry and I don't think you ever learned his name. Harry and Charlotte.
No. I don't know anyone's names.
You know, they found out she couldn't have a baby, so they were trying to you know, go through the different options of adoption and surrogacy and all that.
Yeah, with the two rednecks.
Yeah, that was so sad.
Brittany or...
He says I like any name that ends with the knee.
Yeah, and the caption spelled it Knee.
Yeah.
Like straight up knee.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's very
That was fun.
redneck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. Plot, I gave it an 8.
Yeah, I gave plot an 8 as well.
It's pretty basic, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can figure out the plot pretty quickly, right? I mean,
Definitely.
it's in the frickin' name. It's you know they're Sex and the City. That's what it is. And it is easy to figure out. It's like a very simple plot that can be done by any show, really. But I feel like keeping it simple kept that plot line for people to be able to like skip episodes or skip seasons and things like that, and still have a general understanding of like what's going on.
Definitely. I think that plot was very popular around that time. Think of like Friends,
Right.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
All of those. The shows didn't really have like a concrete plot. They were really meant for if you missed a couple episodes here and there, it was fine. And you didn't need to worry about it.
Right.
But yeah, it's very interesting. I'm kind of glad that those kind of shows aren't super popular.
Right.
Because I do need... If it is like that, then your base storyline needs to be hella fucking intriguing for me to get into.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like The Good Place. The Good Place you didn't necessarily need to watch.
Well,
You could jump in.
you could
and
jump
be
in
entertained.
Yeah, you could. You just won't know what the fuck is going on.
True.
Like okay, a show like I don't know about drama shows, right? Because there can be a lot that happen, especially if they're like the typical 30 to 40-minute ones.
True.
Because, you watch 3 of those, that's the length of a movie.
True.
So, but like the shorter ones, like if you're looking at other genres like comedy or, some sort of like sitcom or something like that, sure, you can jump in anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Like you might miss a little bit here and there, but
Yeah.
you can pretty much jump in anywhere.
Definitely. Acting. What did you think of the acting in the show?
Gave it a 7.
Okay.
It was okay, but I mean, and I guess to be fair, it was also 1998 to like 2000 whatever.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
It was okay. Yeah, I gave it more of I gave it an 8, and I think that's mainly because it's hard, right? This is a show. This is why I think it's better if we keep it to shows that we haven't seen, because for me the overall plot of the show is really good, and I love like the character development and things like that.
Right.
So I definitely have I think a little bit of a bias, but I didn't rate it much higher than you rated it.
True. Yeah.
So
Andy's bias doesn't count that much.
True. In a really long roundabout way, that's what I said.
Yeah. Pretty much. Cast 9.
I give it a 10. I think the girls are good together.
Yeah. The in terms of the main cast, yes, I can see that. They do work really well together on screen.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's always drama happening on any popular film set or TV show set or whatever. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the main 4, it was a good cast.
Yeah.
I only gave it a 9 because of the supporting actors. Like I feel like some of them might not have filled the role as great as maybe someone else, but it still isn't like jarring.
Fair.
So
Very fair.
yeah.
The last thing that really is cliffhangers. I mean,
Yeah. Gave it a 6.
a 6? Okay.
I didn't really. I mean, maybe I just wasn't interested in the show, which I'm still kind of not. Like, it's not a show that I would watch, honestly. So,
Okay.
and the cliffhangers didn't really pull me in to want to watch more. I
Okay.
just didn't really care for them.
Fair. I think the pilot episode, that cliffhanger where it ends with a still image of Carrie standing on the street after, she asks Big if he's ever been in love, and he says abso-fucking-lutely. And then she kind of is like shocked by his answer because he drove away. I think I would go back for the second episode if I was watching this with fresh eyes back in 1998 when I was 7.
Yeah. When I was born.
If I was an adult in 1998, I probably would have tuned in for the second episode
Yeah, I think so.
to see where it goes.
It's hard to tell what I'd be like in 1998 because I wasn't alive.
Jesus.
I was being born that year, so it depends on when the episode came out.
Ew. This is so gross. And this is my show now. He's canceled. We're not talking to him anymore. He can be in the
It's not
background.
my fault,
making
you're old.
noise. Oh.
Hey, man.
Oh man. But the last episode, so what's funny about it was the Russian that she was with,
Yeah.
Alec. I loved him. I loved him from like the moment that she met him. Loved that character. Thought they were great together. A lot of people didn't.
Yeah. I could see that.
And but that's just it, right? Is like their relationship is fucked up because he's this artist who wants to focus on, you know, his art more than he does a relationship per se. His art will always take precedence over the relationship.
Right.
Where he lost me is when he fucking hit her.
Yeah.
That was the most. I think even for like that time, I was like, huh. Like,
Yeah.
it was like very like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
no.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me was like, okay, I could excuse like him having to go to the museum. He's got a big thing coming up. And then he pulls her away from her party. Fine. She's being sweet, leaving her party
Yeah.
where she actually
Being
gets to be
supportive.
recognized and
Yeah.
being supportive. Sure. And then they get there and then he just fucks off. And then,
Yeah.
and then later goes, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
You were with me the whole time. No.
No.
I sat on a bench for 3 hours and missed my dang party.
Right.
I'd be pissed too.
Well, and that's what's you know, his ex-wife kind of alluded to that a little bit when, you know, she said, I have a column that I wrote in New York that was really popular and it got turned into a book. And I think from the conversation with the wife, you get the idea that he doesn't like anybody overshadowing him.
Yeah.
Like he has to be like the prize in the relationship.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then when you go home, it's I'm tired, I'm stressed, I don't want to have this talk. Da da da. It's like
Lame.
you're the reason that this is happening. Like,
Truly.
and you're not tired. You fucking chatted it up with a bunch of investors and whatever.
Truly.
So your day was not stressful.
Not at all.
And then you fucking hit her and goes, "Who was next?" Da da da. She's like, "I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Peace."
Deuces. So happy she just got out of there. And then Mr. Big came to the rescue.
Yep.
And then we had to look it up because they're like miraculously back in New York.
Yeah.
And I was like,
We were-
there's no way. I'm like, but I guess the flight is it's between 6.5 to 7.5 hours.
Which
from
is
New York to
wild.
Paris.
I didn't think it was that short.
I had a feeling it was because New York's like up there. Mm-hmm. It's close. It's on the East Coast, which
Wow.
is closer to the UK or the France.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, I like the show. I will say it's dated.
Yeah. It's pretty dated. It's not my cup of tea personally.
If you were watching it in present day for the first time, I imagine you probably wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But I mean, give it a try. If anything, you could watch the movies. The movies are pretty good. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Higher production value.
Is it like
Lot.
full screen or?
Yeah, stupid. I hate you. I know that's always what's so funny about those shows is because you can tell that they were meant for.
Yeah, because they filmed them in 4:3.
Yeah.
So
But then when you watch like reruns of Friends,
because they remastered it.
that
Because
makes
Friends is it probably had a bigger audience than Sex and the City.
definitely
and
it
can
was
be
on for way longer.
well that and the fact that it can be watched more publicly,
Yeah, true.
like with family and stuff.
True.
Versus Sex and the City
Well,
kind of can't with a lot of the scenes.
But that's what's crazy is that it did get syndicated and it shows up on E! Network every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think TBS and CW used to run reruns of it after it was over, obviously.
yeah.
But then for a show called Sex and the City, it's like they had to cut out all of the
Sex.
sex and then like the conversations, some of the conversations that they had about sex and stuff like that. It's not necessarily public television. So
Right,
it's-
that's what I'm saying. Like,
you would watch those episodes and you could tell things were missing because there was very loose plot.
yeah, yeah,
know?
like big gaps in the plot and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I recommend it. I mean, at least giving it a try. If anything, watch the movies and you'll like it. I
Yeah.
mean, the movies were great.
yeah.
Well, the first movie was great. The
Yeah,
second one not so
yeah.
much.
One guy that likes it, one guy that's kind of So take that as you will.
Exactly. Well, thanks for watching this episode of The Lazy Watchers. Once again, I'm your host, Andy.
And I'm Eli.
And make sure to subscribe to our show here on YouTube. You can also follow us on social media on Facebook at The Lazy Watchers.
Or on your favorite podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, whatever you listen to podcasts with.
I don't like that voice.
That's what I went into. It's this podcast radio voice.
Yes.
It's the 1998 coming out. Hey, yo, listen to our podcast.
Yeah. No, I don't like it at all.
This is only episode 1 that we're recording in one day.
Oh, man. Well, everybody, if you're so inclined, you can follow me on Instagram at MVP Andy.
And you can follow me at Eli Seipert
Yeah, buddy.
on any of your social medias.
Did you change it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's different.
Whoa. Did not like that at all. I was like, he's wrong. It's at Sticky Toaster.
It's not anymore. Can't find me at that handle anymore.
At Eli Seipert. Is it Eli.Seipert?
Nope.
Or just Eli Seipert?
Yeah,
one word?
just Eli Seipert.
Okay.
ELICYPERT.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, we will see you in 2 weeks as this is a bi-weekly
Podcast.
podcast.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.